Hey there, Yugitubers. What is up? This is Bloomier22. I've been toying around with this deck idea for a long time, and like a month, and you can see I've done a lot of testing with it, considering every single one of these with Pendulum in the title, except these two, is this one deck. Yeah, when I first found out that the Pendulum monsters couldn't go away if you were using the Synchro mechanic with them, well, just watch. Produce an opening hand on my end, but he does not have one. He opened with the odd eyes, search out the magician I don't have. Risky move, yes, and I did not care, because the end result is worth it. He bribes with the Astromancy, which is honestly not the one you want to destroy. So I just pass it and start waiting. I draw into a supply unit, and since I can get him back from the grave, I put a Plague Spreader down. Next runs another supply unit. Blarg. I tribute the Plague Spreader for something with a little more defense, because by now he's gonna. And then he drops a Dark Hole, which triggers both of my units at once. 2 draw. Double MST. Immediately during my draw phase, I get rid of that other back row, so I have no fear. Drop that. His MST foolishly never hits Chronomancy. He must not have encountered Pendulums before. So yeah, he MSTs my MST, makes a Queen Dragon Djinn. And then I'm just sitting here behind a Spirit Reaper waiting on Pendulum Dragon. I use it to summon stuff. I make a Beals out of nowhere. The King of Dark Dragons. This guy's so OP. In my turn, I search out a new Astromancy. He uses his enemy controller to take my Beals, and before it comes back and brings its awesomeness to my side, he tributes it for blue eyes. And with that Violent Prism, I have everything I need to Quasar out of nowhere. First I make a Librarian so I keep drawing. I Pendulum all my tuners, and then normal summon Level Eater. Level Eater eats me the Hyper Librarian 4, then eats Caster to 4. I make a Wave Motion Phonon Dragon. Yeah, it's a level 4 Synchro Dragon, and it can change its level to anything 1, 2, or 3. Or not at all. Very effective in a Quasar deck. Good replacement for Formula if you need to run more, because he's currently at 3. That won't last for long, I guarantee you. So yeah, I level 8 my Catastor and my Samsara to level 4 each, and left Phonon Dragon's level alone at 4. 4 times 3, 12. Shooting Quasar Dragon. But I'm not even close to done yet. Summon the Plague Spreader and drop a Mistborn Clawslust to null his blue eyes. And then Quasar double strikes for game. Anyway, that's the gameplay of this deck in a semi-optimal position. I'm aware of how horribly slow it was. I just have not been able to find room to accelerate it any further. Here's the deck list. triple odd eyes, double scorpion, triple of both magicians, and triple of the toad. And double of the toad. Derp. This is because 3 of the scorpion and the toad is not good. 2 is about as much as you can have and still be stable. Double violent onto the tuners, double violent prism, because aside from debris dragon, it's the best level 4 tuner I can find, and that extra 1,000 attack it gives whatever it summons can really come in handy. Unless it's Star Eater, in which case you just attach it to something else you control. A Delta Flyer and a Gen X ally Birdman. If Birdman ever comes to 2, it's going to be double Birdman, but Delta Flyer combos kind of well with him because of him gaining 500 attack personally if he bounces a wind. And they're the same level, but Delta Flyer's effect comes in handy as well by raising something else's level by 1. Double Plague. I used to have triple in this, but it same story as the Scorpion and the Toad. Plague runs pretty well at 2. I don't see a reason to run 3 as more. And Double Veiler, again, 3's too many, 1's not enough. 1 Exodius, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. What I showed you was the first duel this card was actually in the deck. It was like this until I added the Exodius. That was all I did before that duel. He's there to reclaim the tuners and non-pendulums, basically. BLS Envoy. I've got lights and darks in here, enough said. 2 Marshmallow and a Reaper. Chaos materials, and Marshmallow's harder to get rid of than a Reaper, because you don't have to just chalice him. Well, yeah, you can chalice either of them, but you can't lance a Marshmallow and win. Triple card D. Honestly, that +1 ends up becoming, well, it stays at +1, but you're getting 3 cards if you combo with the Odd Eyes ability to search out any pendulum. And it's generally there to accelerate the deck. Double Level Eater. As you saw, Level Eater is key to getting Quasar out in 1 move. Because he can drop the 5s down to 4s, and that lets you sync through to 4s. Or if you manage to get Colossus out at the same time, you can go for a triple strike Quasar. Whoa, feedback. Sorry about that. I was picking up feedback from my speakers. The Evil Slaying Spell Barrier. Admittedly, I could take this out for Exodius slot, but... And that was the plan, but he didn't seem to disrupt it too much in that last game. I'm going to keep testing it at 41 a little while longer, but if something's got to go, it's going to be the Spell Barrier, because honestly, I only use it for that slight boost, and I can get along well without it because Quasar. Dark Hole. For when you need to absolutely, positively kill every motherfucking monster on the board. So you can activate your Chronomancy, because You can't control a monster when you play him. The gold sarcophagus, it's moderately useful. Again, it's a limited card and it's got to come to your hand first, but it's basically allowing me to toolbox anything 2 turns later. I usually go for Decree. Mystical Space Typhoon, it's MST. Do I have to say anything more than that? I run 2 of it because room issues. And Scapegoat, quick synchro material and or fuel for the next card. Supply unit, holy shit, this card is overpowered when you have multiples. You get all 3 out at the same time, and god damn it all to hell, Nappa. You'll draw 3 every time anything dies. It's the main accelerator of the deck. I don't search much other than the Pendulums. And Royal Decree, I don't run any other trap cards, so it doesn't hurt me at all to use this. And it's also strong protection to my Pendulum summons against Warning, Bottomless, the like. Extra deck. I went for a pure Synchro build. You can drop some of these cards if you really want to, but I don't really like Exceed monsters. They just feel wrong to me. I might just be traumatized from the Utopia FTK bullshit, but oh well. Anyway, Mistbird Colossalus. It summons when you summon it, you can null your opponent's monster entirely. Attack 0, no effect. Very, very useful if you're sorry against that blue eyes. The Wave Motion Phonon Dragon. It says level 4 Synchro, Dark Dragon Synchro Tuner. So I foresee Synchro Dragon builds in using it when it comes out in the TCG. It's a 1-in-1 non-tuner, generic, always good. When it is Synchro summoned, you can change its level if you want, from 4 down to 1, and anything in between. However, he has to be the last thing you summon before Quasar, or you can't special summon any further. And you're only allowed to make 1 a turn, so that's not quite as broken as it seems. Reincarnation Dragon Samsara, level 5, Dark Dragon. It's Monster Reborn in monster form. Cataster, enough said. Librarian, draw power. Duloran, I took out an Ancient Sacred Wyvern for this. You can switch it. This is the first thing you should switch out. I rarely use it. It's only in here because the toad is water. The Lightning Warrior, this guy needs reprinted so fucking bad. If he destroys anything in battle and sends it to the graveyard, your opponent gets 300 burn for every card in his hand. It's very well comboed with the Scorpion's effect to let it attack anything that was special summoned all at once. The Moonlight Rose Dragon, oh god. If your opponent is Synchro spamming like this deck, it's mirror match protection. Summon this. If your opponent does anything over level 5 ever, you're good. Stardust Standard protection, started spark didn't work as well with this strategy. Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend. His TCG name is awful. I'm never going to say it even when it's changed here. He nukes the field. He can power a supply unit on his own with the power of the Pendulums to resurrect themselves at the same time. And he also goes well with BLs because he can't kill BLs. Granted, BLs can't attack that turn, but still, he's still on board. BL's the King of Dark Dragons. I see no reason to censor his name, but he can be killed. He can not be killed. You need a D prison or a compulse on this guy. That is it. And if you take damage at all, he gains power. So, massive beat king. Speaking of beats, Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree. He cannot be targeted. He's the second card you should take out if you change anything in the extra. Shooting Star Dragon. Quasar's in here. Stardust's in here. Tuner Synchro's in here. Do the math. Starform Dragon. Why did they change that name? Anyway, it's a good beat stick. You can make him for basically free using Violon Prism and the Pendulum Dragon. And he can't be stopped if he's a friggin' freight train. To affect him at all, you have to attack him, or when one of his partners is attacking instead. And the star of the show, Big Boss, motherfucking Shooting Quasar Dragon. I really should not need to tell you why he's in here. He is the big boss of the deck. If you get over him, I'm done. And this deck can make him with triple strike rather than the usual double strike, if you're so inclined. It's just amazing. It's just amazing how well this concept worked. I did not expect it to go as well as it does. I'm aware of the consistency issues. It could probably use a side deck, but I rarely play match formats, so I didn't bother making one. So, yeah. Feel free to copy this, but please don't copy it entirely. Text something to fit your needs. Like, you can... First things to go are the Evil Sling, Spell Barrier, Dulorn, and Leo, but... Beyond that, feel free to do some bullshit with this. And you can even tell from the name. Something. It was just a random thought I had. I didn't expect it to go this well. Feedback again. So anyway, yeah, that's it. The Pendulum Synchro combination is pretty freaking powerful. Got like 20 other replays on here of this deck in action, and it is glorious. But I'll leave that for you to decide for yourself. This is BlueMew22 signing out.